Hey guys, back here with some more Assassin's Creed 3 news. Seems like every day Ubisoft just keeps putting more and more news on Assassin's Creed 3, but hey, I ain't complaining. More stuff for me to dream about, I guess. Anyways, so some interesting news came up for Assassin's Creed 3, and the big thing is that the new hero finally has a name, and his name is Connor. And Connor is half Native American and half English, as we all guessed, and his father is English and his mother is Native American. And the game is going to be in New York and Boston during the years 1753 and 1783. So one interesting thing I noticed here is that in the opening sequence of Assassin's Creed 3, the players will experience Connor's childhood on the American frontier as he's raised by the Tomahawk. And the Tomahawk, I presume, is the tribe that Connor is with. And one new thing that really intrigued me is that Assassin's Creed 3 is going to update their game engine. And what made me excited about this is that this game engine that they're going to update can put 1,000 people on the screen at one time. And that's pretty awesome. Like, imagine a huge war going on in the backdrop. That's going to be pretty cool. And the old game engine can only put 100 people on the screen at one time. So imagine a huge difference here. And another thing is that there's going to be a brand new animation system. So that means nothing from the previous Assassin's Creed games is going to be carried over. So they're going to have new animation systems, and new facial animations are promised, which is really exciting. So onto the gameplay. New gameplay is going to be revamped, I guess you could say. So the platform is going to change. Instead, you can, as usual, you'd always go on building and stuff like that. But in addition to that, you can climb trees, mountain cliffs, and that's interesting. I want to see where they're going to take you with those kind of new gameplay mechanics. Also, you'll meet iconic characters such as George Washington, Ben Franklin, and Charles Lee. And Charles Lee, I'm not really sure who he is. I'm guessing he's probably going to be a general of some sort. I'm not too good on the American Revolution, so yeah, I don't know about that. So one interesting thing I read here is that it says like a new traversal approach that has players leaping and climbing trees and mountains and cliffs. That's going to be pretty cool. And the combat is going to be is focused on putting you on the offensive, and it's based on speed and movement. So I guess it's going to be like really quick, a lot of running, a lot of action and momentum instead of hiding in the shadows. I guess it's going to be more upfront action. And let's see what else they got here. So they're going to be, as Ubisoft put it, is there's not going to be just historical buildings. It's going to be historical events. So things you'll see happening will be the Great Fire of New York. You'll visit the Valley Forge. That's a location that's occupied by George Washington and his forces. And you'll visit these places in the moment that they're important, which is pretty cool. And it says that Connor is going to be in the heart of the big battles. And since the new engine update, it's going to have 1,000 people on the screen, so that's going to be pretty awesome. So, and then what I like what they said here, the overall story is going to be centered around the Assassins versus the Templars and Connor's journey. The one thing that got me is Assassins versus Templars. I think like on Assassin's Creed 1, it was like really focused on the Assassins versus Templars, and then as the games progressed, I thought that it kind of diverged from that. Like Assassin's Creed 2, sorry, I should say, was more on like Ezio's revenge, and then Brotherhood. I don't even like remember seeing Templars as a prominent figure, and so it's good to see that Assassin's Creed 3 is going to go back to the core of the thing, that's Assassins versus Templars. And the French and Native Americans will also be featured in the game, which is probably really obvious to everyone else. And there's going to be modern day stuff that relates to the location in New York that was hinted at, yes, at the end of Revelations. I haven't played Revelations yet, I know, shame on me. And apparently there's going to be, one thing that intrigued me the most is, it says here that there will be all sorts of wilderness in the game, referred to as the frontier. And this kind of reminds me of Red Dead Redemption, right? And one thing that says here that you can hunt animals for resources, and how you kill them affects your reward. So for example, one hit kill on a bear gets you much more valuable pellets than stabbing the bear 8 times, right? So this is, I'm guessing Ubisoft took a lot of influence from Red Dead Redemption, which is a good thing if you ask me. And I'm really interested. It'd be cool hunting with your bow and arrow and things like that. I think I like it. And the map of the frontier is going to be 1.5 times bigger than the entire map of Brotherhood, and that's pretty big if you ask me. But hopefully it won't be just like one city. I don't think it's going to be that. Hopefully it's going to have like multiple cities like in Assassin's Creed 1 and 2. And it says here that the wilderness traversal plays a big part in the gameplay in the frontier. So it's allowing you to use cliffs, trees, ledges, and more to set up kills and combat. And one thing that people were worried about was that Connor might not have a hidden blade, but Ubisoft confirmed that he does have a hidden blade. Because one thing I noticed that all the covers of Assassin's Creed from Assassin's Creed 1 to Revelation always shows the blade, which is like a prominent weapon. But when the front cover of Assassin's Creed 3 came out, it didn't really show the hidden blade, so people were worried. But they confirmed that the hidden blade will be there. And one thing that really interesting here, it says as the world changes, as the world changes as time passes. So a place where a battle happened, say like a month ago or a year ago, may just be a series of empty encampments a few months later. So that's pretty cool. And my favorite thing, I don't know, like probably this is personally my favorite thing of all of them, seasons. I really love weather effects in video games. I think it really makes the game that much better. And here it says the entire world will change with seasons, so cities in wilderness will exist in both summer and winter settings. And I'm really pumped for this, because Ubisoft mentioned that the seasons won't be really cosmetic. It's going to have actual gameplay. It's going to affect the gameplay. So in the winter, soldiers will move slowly and stumble in the snow, and the lakes will be frozen so you can traverse faster on it. And this gives Connor an extra advantage, and he can still use trees in wilderness pretty effectively during this time of year. And also one thing I noticed is it said here that there's going to be all sorts of clubs and groups that want you to join, that they want you to join in, right? So some of the clubs could be like, if you're very good at hunting and you do a lot of hunting, you'll get invitation to the hunting society, as they put it, which is pretty cool. And one thing here, it says that there'll be goods-based economy, and hopefully they fix the economy system, because I don't know. I thought the economy system from Brotherhood and Revelations, from what I know from Brotherhood, the economy system was, I don't know, it kind of sucked. I haven't played Revelation, so I don't know how it is, but I'm probably guessing it's the same thing. So hopefully Ubisoft changes this. And there's going to be more puzzle things, like the first-person Tetris thing is that Assassin's Creed Revelations put out, which looked pretty cool to me. And there's going to be a new Animus database, only known as Animus 3.0. So I wonder what effect that's going to play into the storyline. But it probably should be pretty good. Ubisoft hasn't really unveiled anything about their multiplayer yet, but I'm not really surprised. They probably want to keep that for last. And the full synchronization returns, but with major tweaks. So missions have checkpoints, and instead of getting like 100% on a task, you'll get XP a point. So this is how Ubisoft put it. It says imagine a leveling system in an RPG, except there's infinite amount of XP to find. So that's pretty cool. So the more sync you get, the more you fill your sync bar. So within each mission, each activity you complete has a value, and you can obviously replay everything to increase your score, which is pretty cool. And apparently they're going to imply that there's going to be something resembling the Brotherhood system of picking up fellow assassins and recruiting them to your cause. And aligned groups are gone. I guess they just got rid of them, and something new is going to replace them in regards to factions, but they didn't really go into details on what specifically that's going to be. And they changed the I can't even say that word. They changed the system where, where it goes like red and shows if the guards are on alerts or whatever, and they changed it so that's more hidden and it doesn't penalize you for going exploring on risky areas. And the game has fast travel because, I'm guessing the game's going to be pretty huge. And one thing I found funny, it says that don't expect any tower defense. I'm guessing people did not really like the tower defense in Assassin's Creed Revelations. And in my opinion, as I've seen like the gameplays of it, it didn't look that exciting, in my opinion. And one thing they mentioned is that you can upgrade Connor's gear and costume, but that's really given, like, so nothing really new there. And it says now you can leap over wagons and slide under obstacles, including navigating over and around moving objects. The whole thing about sliding under obstacles, that kind of reminded me of Batman Arkham City. And I'm guessing Ubisoft's probably like taking the best elements of each successful game and putting it into an ultimate game of Assassin's Creed 3, which I think is a good idea. So this is gonna be, and this is one thing that really caught my eye. It says the free running stuff has you jumping through windows to trees and then on top of church roofs. So this is like ultimate parkour here. This is gonna be awesome. Like going through windows, they're taking the action to the next level. And I'm excited, and I'm gonna be excited what they're gonna do with this kind of new mechanics of free running. And so it says here that Connor is gonna enter the battle with 2 weapons. So the weapons will be, I guess it will be the tomahawk and the gun, I presume. And the tomahawk and knife are a constant presence in battle, so they also let you do double counters, just like Batman Arkham City, and multiple takedowns, as you can chain kills. So there's no more target locking, it's just automatic. It automatically detects your target. So the counter / defense are the same button to prevent any mishap, I guess. And one funny thing I have read here is that you can also use human shields and other contact sensitive moves. So that's pretty interesting. And one thing that Ubisoft's really like trying to push and sell is that you have to constantly move, and it's fast paced and it's action packed. So there's going to be a lot of secondary attacks, like the one-shot pistol. That's going to be assigned to the Y button, I guess. And there's going to be a new dynamic camera to track the action and make it look as cinematic as possible, which is very good. And I think Ubisoft is putting a lot of effort into Assassin's Creed 3. It's going to be like their biggest project yet, and they have to do this, or else, you know, Assassin's Creed 3 has to be fresh, new, and exciting. And the steps they're taking, I think, are steps in the right directions, in my opinion. So there's going to be a new sprinting system. So after all the past Assassin's Creed games, they'll finally change the sprint system. So you can hold down the hold down the button to instantly turn around and start fleeing from combat. They'll also let you kill people while still moving, so you can keep chasing a target. And so yeah, like I said before, Ubisoft just keeps selling the whole idea of action-packed, fast-paced, and especially the fast-paced thing. And I think that's pretty awesome. So one thing they said that they want to keep you more control of the combat more than ever. So I guess the controls will be more tight, I guess. I'm not really sure what they mean by that, but it's going to be better for sure. So there's going to be 2.5 hours of character scenes in the game that are fully acted and recorded, and that's a lot of time. So this is just kind of like how Naughty Dog did with Uncharted, where they have the actors being mocapped. So they're like to have the little ball things on the actors, and then while they move and act and do all their fun stuff, it's going to be recorded and they'll perform the scene. So that's pretty good. So, and one thing that I like is they're going to have historical accuracy by having historical dialogue consultants, and they'll actually have Native American voice actors. So it'll be it'll be as authentic as possible. So this is all the news that we got for today, and that's a lot. So I think in 2 days they're going to reveal even more. And I really feel bad for Mass Effect 3 here. I have to put it out there. I just feel like Assassin's Creed 3 is just stealing the thunder of Mass Effect 3. But yeah, Mass Effect 3 is going to be an awesome game too, by the way, but that's a different story. So yeah, until more Assassin's Creed 3 news emerges, which will probably happen tomorrow and the day after that, but I'm not complaining. So until then, guys, this is CaramelNation, and have a great day.